What's up, everybody? It's the Bipolar Prophet, and welcome back to Old Ridge Farm in Farming Simulator 15. So if you remember from the last episode, we had sprayed nutrients on all our fields and sprayed some herbicide over on the potatoes. So I fast-forwarded time. It's now a new day. I went around and I checked all the fields, and I discovered that I have a little bit of an acidity problem on all the fields, so which is to be expected. Again, I didn't do a lot of prep work on these fields before I replanted everything after the meltdown of Windows 10. One thing I have noticed today is I seem to have a fair amount of lag. I'm not sure where that's coming from. I know that from what I've been reading, that Windows 10 has a memory leak issue. Apparently, I know they're working on an update for it. Brand new operating system, blah blah blah. So anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to go spread some lime on all the fields. They all need it, so might as well spread it all and get it over with. So let's see, what do I need to do here? Well, first of all, I need to be in the right direction. So yeah, I'm getting a fair amount of lag. I think it's got to do with a memory issue that I'm having with Windows 10, so I apologize for that, but it's not awful. Again, it's intermittent, it's here and there, so not a whole lot I think I can do about that at the moment. I have turned everything that I normally run in the background off, so wow, it's real bad right here, huh? I can remember having this issue when I first started playing on this map too, and that was on Windows 8, so I'm not really sure what's causing it, but we'll do the best we can with it. I'll turn this off. I don't need that. So, as you can see, we have another stage of growth on the potatoes. Still got some weeds, but it's just from places that I either missed with the sprayer or just didn't hit, It's not too bad, though. You can see we got a slight acidity problem. The nutrients are okay. It needs PK, so we'll probably get some of that down afterwards as well. I'll go ahead and turn this on and get spraying some lime. Try to get these fields, decent, or as decent as we can anyway. I don't think we're going to have as good of a yield this time, just because of the fact that the way that everything was sort of, put together. I was in such a rush to get them planted and get everything back up to where it was that I didn't put probably the effort into the soil prep that I should have. So now I'm kind of playing catch up. But hopefully we'll do okay. And like I said, after these potatoes come up and after the barley comes up on field 1, we will do some sort of... Whoa! How did I run through that much lime that fast? Yeah. What is that all about? That's interesting. Normally you could do a whole field with a thing with lime. What do we do about that? That's new. I barely did half a field. I apologize for the sort of hmms and fumbliness today, guys. I'm sort of thrown for a loop by that. I've never had that happen before. Is there something going on with the underlying scripts and everything in the game that caused that to happen? Okay, well, whatever. I guess lime's gonna be a thing. We're gonna spend some money on lime today, apparently. But okay. I mean, again, we got to get it down, so can't really worry about it. That was interesting. I'm pretty sure, again, you guys know my memory, but I'm pretty sure that I've managed to do at least one whole field with a load of lime before, so. But we will get this refilled anyway, and go and do it again, I guess. So, I apologize for that, guys. I'm just like, whoa, what just happened there? So. 2,500, right? This thing holds, or 2,800, or somewhere around there. 3,000 this holds. You'd think it would hold a lot more than that. Not hold more, but last a lot longer than that. I don't believe I have anything in the mod folder that would cause any weirdness with that. This is a stock in-game spreader, so haven't added any weird mods or anything like that. So not really sure what that's all about. But okay, anyway, whatever. Let's move on. Let's spread this lime, however many trips it takes, I guess. Get that done, and then I got to make some TMR for the animals, so the cows are all set. They have pretty much what they need, but I do need to make some for the pigs and the beef. Yeah, this is spreading at a really fast rate. I'm not sure what that's all about. That's new, I think. It may not be. I don't know. You know, obviously, I've pretty much spread lime every single, you know, every single crop, you know, but I just don't remember it going this fast. And these fields aren't very big either, so of course, if I was a little more efficient, not spreading it, you know, all over sort of the headlands where I'm not growing anything, that would probably be better. But okay. It's going to be a lot of trips back and forth to the shed, apparently, so. I mean, that's a little scary in the respect that, you know, I barely did 2 passes and I'm already, you know, a third of the way empty, so. Oh, well. I'm sure, you know, somebody will remind me or let me know, hey, BP, you know, again, your memory's failing you and you went through this stuff this fast the last time or whatever, so. This field's pretty good. It does need some moisture, though, as you can see. Nutrient-wise, it's okay. Once we get the lime back, once we make the 7 trips back and forth to the shed to fill up the lime. Oh wow, that's weird. You know, of course, you know, spraying it all over the headlands here is a big waste, but and spraying it all over the the road here is a big waste as well. Luckily, lime is not very expensive, so we won't go broke spreading lime. You can see it's pretty early in the morning, 6:38 in the morning. It's 11 o'clock in the real world. Today is Sunday. You guys will see this on Monday. I'm kind of, you know, I was thinking about, you know, sort of keeping up with my taking Sundays off routine, you know, that I started a while back. But then I realized that you wouldn't have a video on Sunday or on Monday. I do have a video that I could put up today, and I may. That's a Euro Truck video. But again, you know, I don't know how you guys are feeling about the Euro Truck videos, you know. If you guys are still enjoying them or whatever. You know, I may put it up anyway, just so you guys have something to watch today. It'll come up later, obviously, than, you know, than my videos normally come out. I try to release them at 9 o'clock in the morning, my time, you know. So this one will probably come up sometime this afternoon. Yeah, I'm kind of concerned about this. I don't know what the deal with this is, you know. I don't know if this is a new thing or if I'm just not paying attention. I don't know. Whatever, you know. We will spread lime, you know, come back here as many times as we have to, I guess. So, you know, that's kind of the thing with soil mod, you know, and maybe these episodes of just a lot of, you know, doing stuff to the fields. But you know what? It's cool in the respect that this is how you would do it in real life. You know, every day you'd have to be doing something to the fields. You can't just plant something and forget about it. You know, it's a constant, you know, maintenance cycle, you know, to get your fields up to their maximum yield potential. You know, we're not going to get there with these, but that's okay. You know, the potatoes were more of just sort of a fun thing, really. Just something to do, you know, because I hadn't done potatoes, so I figured why not. Still got some weeds, though. The weeds are hanging on. I may have to do another course of herbicide, and I really don't want to do that. I don't want to bomb the fields with herbicide, you know, any more than I absolutely have to, so. Wow, I just missed a whole strip there. You'd probably go through less of this stuff, BP, if you were a little bit more efficient about it, too. "24 meters. Seems like it should be, you know, like I shouldn't have any issue with this." Oh, well. It seems like it's slowed down a bit now. It's not coming out. Look, I mean, look at the difference between where it is over on that part of the field and where it is here. It's not coming out quite as fast. Or, yeah. I mean, look at the difference. Oh. Something's going on with my game. I'm not even sure if I have lime on these fields. Apparently I do. But look how much came out over there compared to how much came out just in this last pass. What are you doing to me, Farm Sim? What are you doing to me? Now I can't even tell where I've left off. Oh, I'm spreading NPK, that's why. Oh, no. Oh, really, BP? Come on. You know what? Now, normally, about this time, a regular Farm Sim YouTuber would be like, okay, well, this video is all screwed up, and I'm going to redo it. Not me. I'm going to leave it. This will be one of the more bloopery BP videos, you know? But it happens, right? You forget. Oh, I forgot to change the spray, the fill type, you know? So now we have a lot more NPK on that field, and now I got to spray lime on top of the NPK, which I don't know how that's going to go, so. And I'm sure you were all screaming at your screens going, BP, you forgot to change the fill type, you big doofus. You know, every so often you're going to get this video from me. You know, as you guys know, I'm not the pro farmer. I'm not the expert on everything, so I screw up occasionally. All right, let's try this again. First of all, we got to refill it, and then we got to change the fill type. Jeez, BP, come on. All right, lime. Let's try that. Okay. These fields are going to be all confused. Okay, wait a minute. We have lime, we have NPK, we have... What's going on? Oh, talk about a bad yield. Oh. If I was a farmer in real life, you know, an arable farmer or a you know, produce farmer or whatever, I would be absolutely broke because my stuff would just be in awful shape. I'm turning into Cuthbert over here, guys. Cuthbert doesn't know what he's doing. He's struggling. He's, you know, his fields are just overgrown with weeds. He's not putting any effort. He just doesn't care. You know, it's too bad. I go by his farm every so often, you know, and you can see just in what bad shape it is. You know what I mean? So mine's not going to be too far behind if I keep up this kind of nonsense. I can't believe I put NPK down instead of lime. Ya big dummy. All right, let's try this again. There we go. There goes the lime spraying out at a just fantastic rate. I think if I get 7 potatoes off this field, I'd probably be happy with the way I'm messing it up. And we're empty again? Okay. I should really slow down. I don't know why I'm flying around today. Seems to be the sort of the highlight of my day. I had a day yesterday, guys. Whew. Yesterday being Saturday. I left the house at about 9:30 in the morning, I guess. Didn't get back till like, you know, 7 o'clock at night. Just spent the whole day out in the heat, which for me is not a bad thing. I don't mind being out in the heat, you know, but if I'd have been doing something fun, it would have been a lot better, but I wasn't doing anything fun. I was running around with a friend of mine, you know, and just out in the heat and a long day, and you know, so it wasn't really what I planned to do, but, you know, my friend called me up and said, hey, can you come help me out? Yeah, absolutely, you know. So, you know, I was glad to do it. Unfortunately, that also means that I didn't get, you know, any videos done. I didn't get any recording done. I didn't even turn my computer on till like 7:30 last night, so... which is, you know, for me a big deal because normally I'm on this thing, you know, 10 hours a day or so, depending on what's going on in the real world. All right, remember to change this back to lime. You know, and again, I realize this is probably not going to be the most exciting episode of all time, but, you know, again, it's going to be, it's stuff that needs to be done, so why not record it? I'm trying not to do too much, like, jumping around stuff, you know, too much, like, fast-forwarding and saying, okay, you know, one day we're spraying, the next day we're harvesting, because I think you miss something in the, you know, because there's so much stuff that needs to go on in between, you know, to get the soil ready and everything, especially if you're me and you're messing it up like I am. So, I think if I... you know, that's sort of the norm. You know, then that's what I used to do. I used to, you know, you'd plant before soil mod. You'd plant, and then you'd do a couple other things, and then you'd fast forward time, and then it would be harvest, and then you'd do the groundwork, and then you'd plant. I just think it's kind of neat to show all the in-between stuff, you know. And you guys can let me know if you'd be like, listen, BP, you know, we've seen you spray and spread these fields 100 times. You know, can you do something else? Can you know, fast forward more to harvest or whatever? You know, you guys can let me know if that's something you want to see, or if you want to keep seeing the day-to-day stuff that needs to happen on the farm. You know. to get the soil right, to get the, the yield sort of where it needs to be. All right, where did I leave off? Where did I leave off? Down right here, ish. Right here, ish, I guess. I will say, and I've said this before about soil mod, it seems a lot easier now to sort of get a handle on the soil pH as opposed to the way it used to be, where you were constantly chasing it, and once it got away from you, you couldn't get it back. It doesn't go as bad as quickly as it used to. Now, obviously, if I just ignored these fields, the soil moisture would, I mean, not the soil moisture, but the soil pH would go, completely, acidic, and you'd never get it back. But at least now, it sort of gives you time to catch up to it, which is nice. Okay, that's that field. That's the home fields. Now we got to go do field 10, because as I said, they all need it. I'm not worried about field 3. Field 3's just got alfalfa on it. Again, if I was going to spend a lot of money on, nutrients and lime and all that stuff for that field, well, then I could just do that with the field and not have to plant the alfalfa in the first place. So one sort of update news on the farm. I've got I've got some sheds coming to cover up the potatoes and the sugar beets. It just seems silly to leave them out, outside like that. So we're going to get some sheds put down for those, and we're going to look at the brewery and see, what it's going to cost. What he's obviously my partner there is the expert on that. My business partner. He can tell me what it's going to cost to get it up and running, and and everything, and get it up to all the regulations and all that. So, and I'll determine if that's something I want to get involved in or not. Oops, got to change it. Back to NPK. I also still have to straighten out my Ross box situation down there. Because as you guys know, I unloaded them from the trailer, and then I went and harvested the fruit, and I kind of left them parked down there. They're not really in the way or anything, but I would like to get them put away at some point. So, whoops, easy. Do not crash into the stop sign. Might as well go over here and do field 1 while we're here, and then we'll go across and do field 10 afterwards. Probably go over and have a look at field 3, but again, I'm not really concerned about it, so the alfalfa can kind of do its own thing over there. I will say I'm not crazy about spreading lime on fields that already have crops on them, because I don't know if that's how it would be done in real life or not. I doubt it. It may be. I don't know. If any of you guys are real farmers, you can let me know. For me, it's not. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. But again, it needs to be done. So I certainly don't have any problem doing it. I do have a problem getting it down, with any sort of level of. I'm doing NPK again. Okay. Guys, I am such a massive idiot today. Well, every day, but especially today. You know what? Okay, this field could use it anyway. The nutrients are a little low, so we'll just go ahead and put the NPK down. Come back, put lime on top of it. Whatever. At least it was a sort of, lucky accident in this case, because the field actually needed it, so. What is the matter with me today, huh? Obviously, a real farmer would be far more focused than I am. They'd be like, okay, well, I need this and this and this, and probably write himself notes and, and everything else, and or program it into a tablet or a cell phone or something. Me, I'm just like, oh, let's just go do something. But I swear it's like it's almost like a cycle with me where, okay, you'll have 3-4 episodes where everything kind of goes right and everything goes, the way it's supposed to go. And then you'll have an episode where everything's like, what the hell is he doing? Well, while we're screwing up, let me give a massive shout out to somebody who I've shouted out before, but he doesn't seem to believe me. I want to give a shout out to a guy called Vin Rizzo, Big Vin Rizzo, a long time friend of mine, a guy I've known for, oh God, 20 years now. Awesome guy. He's like I said, he's been a friend of mine for a very long time. And you guys probably don't know this about me, but I don't make friends easy, and when I do make friends, I make friends for life. You know, my friends become my brothers more than anything else, and Vin is definitely in that category. And he's a, you know, he's a longtime viewer of the channel, been watching the channel since, you know, since pretty much day one, and he's awesome. And you know, I want to make sure that he knows that I'm thinking about him, and that you know that I want to shout him out for the video. So I also want to welcome a new viewer to the channel that has been commenting quite a bit lately, Grandpa Gaming. Welcome to the channel, Grandpa Gaming. Thank you very much for your comments, for the subscription and the likes. Really means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. And welcome to everybody else who's come to the channel recently. Closing up on 1,900 subscribers, as you guys know, means a ton to me. You guys are awesome, every single one of you. Thank you so much, and thanks for putting up with me when I screw up like this. Didn't you want to put lime on this field, BP? Yes, but we'll put NPK instead. And then we'll come back and put lime on it anyway. So, oh, okay. I think we've got it all. I think you've got it all, BP. So, all right. Now let's fly back and get some lime. Oh, jeez. I don't think the silage that I put over in the BGA is fermented yet, because I believe it takes 6 days, because Enzo, the map creator of this map, as you guys are probably aware, changed the fermenting time, changed the growing time too, but Soil Mod sort of overrides that, but I think the fermenting time is still 6 days, so I don't think it's quite fermented yet. I got some stuff over here I need to clean up too. I gotta wait for the Unimog, and I got the rake, which, as you guys know, is the bane of my existence, trying to get that thing to back up and whatnot. But yeah, we're gonna build sheds. We're actually gonna move these conveyors, and we're gonna build sheds over all of these bunkers over here. Just makes sense. I don't want my stuff sitting out in the rain and, you know, and everything else. So, okay, let's fill this up with lime this time, BP. Well, fill it up and then change it to lime anyway. I knew this soil, you know, the Soil Mod sprayer thing was going to catch me out, you know, more than once, and it has. So it happens to everybody. You forget, you know, especially, you know, if you're making videos where you get talking, and you're like, oh, you know, I need to do this and this and this and this, and then you just drive away and you don't realize it till you're halfway through a field. Ugh, needed a sip of my coffee. It is hot here in New England. You know, it's not too bad here in Old Ridge, but in the real world, it is hot. It was 97 degrees yesterday. It's supposed to be equally as hot today. It's 11:30. You know, getting to be the sort of the mid part of the day, the hottest part of the day. It's probably 93 or 94 outside. I was planning on mowing my lawn. It's just too hot. It's not too hot for me. It's too hot for the lawnmower. You know, air-cooled lawnmower. I don't want to blow it up because it's so hot. So probably try to do that this afternoon. All right, here we go. Let's spread some lime on top of the NPK. These poor fields are going to be so confused. Soil moisture is not bad on this field, so that's okay. The other two fields will need moisture, but now I'll have to wait because I've already double sprayed them, so I don't want to wash the lime off the field, you know what I mean? That wouldn't make any sense, so. Nice, I got that expensive NPK all over the headlands where it doesn't really need to be, but okay, well, you know, that is what it is when it comes to me, I guess. So, this is a good sized field too. This is going to be 3 or 4 trips back and forth. Okay, go fill it up again. What did BP do in his last video? Drove back and forth and put the wrong stuff on a field twice, and and at some point going to make some TMR. Oh, at least we have that to look forward to. I want to thank everybody too for all the great comments and the feedback and everything you've been leaving me on the pick BP's next Farming Simulator 15 map little mini series I got going on. As I've said, you know, we've got 2 maps down now: Chellington and Waldcater. Again, I wish I could pronounce that correctly. We've got 3 more maps to go, so you guys will have, you know, 5 maps to pick from. I will probably record one today for maybe Tuesday of next week, and then there'll probably be another one on Thursday. And then the last one probably on maybe Friday or Saturday. The last one is actually a map that I want to take a look at, you know. So Again, you know, the choice is going to be completely up to you. Whatever you guys decide is what map that I will play on. You know, assuming I can actually play on it. Chellington may present a problem. I don't know. You know, again, when I did the map preview, I didn't have a lot of mods on. I didn't have a lot of, you know, stuff going on, so it ran okay. I think once that map starts to get really populated with a lot of tractors and a lot of, especially with Courseplay and maybe Auto Combine, with a lot of calculations and scripts going on at the same time, it may present an issue lag-wise. I don't know, but we will find out. Hey, how about that? BP remembered to change the fill type. Good job. Gotta go up and pick up my potato harvester from the shop. Had some work done to it, you know. Needed some hydraulic work and needed some of the pickup shoes replaced. So instead of me doing it, you know, I figured just bring it up there and let them handle it. They did a good job on it, obviously. So, all right, where did I leave off? Right here-ish. Yeah, that'll do. Just cut dead across the field. See why I don't use crop destruction, guys? Because I'm an idiot. Oh, I'd make a massive mess of the field, so. Turn that off, go down the other end of the field and start over again. I wish I could remember how much stuff this actually went through, because it seems like it's just going through an awful lot all of a sudden. But maybe that's the way it always was. I don't really know. Oh. I gotta start paying more attention to this. I know that this liming is taking a very long time because of all the trips back and forth I've had to do, so. This field is pretty good weed-wise. I don't seem to be having any issue. The herbicide killed the weeds that I did have, and I still got 3 days worth of weed prevention on the field, so that's good. You know, we won't have it. We shouldn't have too much of a weed issue on this field, which is good because barley, you know, the yield's going to be decent, but I don't want to lose a bunch of it to weeds either. So the potatoes, you know, I just don't have a lot of confidence in the potato yield. I think I didn't spend enough time on soil prep. I think I might have messed it up this time around, you know. So good thing about soil mod though is, you know, once you get everything harvested off the field, and you know, we'll probably have enough manure to spread some manure on the fields, you know, plow it in, plant some alfalfa. Let it sit for the winter, you know, for 3, 4, 5, you know, maybe 3 or 4 episodes, I guess we'll call the winter, you know, and then get back at it in the spring and get the soil right. So that's assuming we ever get done spreading lime. And I just drive back and forth 400 times to fill up the lime sprayer. You know, it's a good thing, I guess, I'm not spreading lime up on some of the bigger fields that are ways away from the main farm. If that was the case, I'd probably have a tipper up here filled with lime, you know, and the maybe the Ford with the bucket, you know. I'm like staring at the fill icon now, going, okay, remember to change it. I could always get a bigger lime spreader, you know, but to be honest, this one works really well, and it's the right size for the fields, you know. To get a big, like, maybe tow-behind one, trailed one, I don't know. And this tractor, you know, only has 230 horsepower, I think. So I just don't think that would be feasible. Plus, it would be tough to move it around on, you know, on the smaller fields. So, all right, once again, drive all over the field. There we go. You know what I just realized? I wonder, I'm going to take a look at something. I don't know if this is what... Let's take a look at... I need this up. Do I not have... No? Oh, you know what it is? Because this is the first time I've spread lime, or used this spreader in this sort of reboot of Old Ridge, you guys may know that some mods have, sprayer and spreader mods, have the turn-off area limitation feature built into them, you know, where if you've already spread something on that area, it won't count against your spreading. when you go back over it again, or if you get some overlap. But see, I don't have that anymore, as you can see, because I don't have the mod that has that in it in the mod folder at the moment, and I don't know which mod it was. So that's probably why this is going so fast. See, even BP can figure out stuff after a while. Now, hopefully this doesn't, because of the fact that I'm putting so much lime down, it doesn't dump the soil pH down way into the alkaline range, but I think we'll be okay. It was only slightly acidic anyway, so it should be all right. I just figured, well, you know what? Since we're doing it, we might as well do it. Oh yeah. Yeah, sorry, Old Ridge. Dumped some lime all over the street. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, I'm such a mess today. 30 minutes. What did BP do? Drive around, back and forth between his fertilizer shed and the fields. And really fast, too. I need to slow down. Never did buy chickens, did we? Well, again, that's another one of those cases of, well, we're going to get to it eventually. We're kind of getting to the point now with these fields where they've sort of got everything on them that I can do to them. So probably the next episode we will be maybe buying chickens, buying some sheep, and getting everything that they need going, Probably going to have to muck out the animals before long. Definitely got to make TMR. Maybe then, what, I said this the last episode, but the next episode will be the animal episode, where we do everything with the animals. We'll make TMR, we'll buy some sheep, buy some chickens, get them all up and running, So this episode's kind of a blooper reel, sort of, and kind of a lot of driving back and forth between the fertilizer shed and the fields, but got to get lime down on these fields, so. And maybe less on the road. Less on the road would probably be good. I mean, just let's just spread $500 worth of lime all over the road. That's not ideal. Now I need a broom mod where I can go out there and kind of sweep that up. That would be cool. Alright, one more pass, and try to keep it on the field and not maybe all over the footpath over there, or not all inside the, up against the BGA wall. Well, the alfalfa's doing pretty good. Got a lot of weeds over there, but again, I'm not worried about that because that's all to me, that's all just fertilizer, you know what I mean? Because I'm just going to turn it all in anyway, the weeds, the alfalfa, the whole thing. So that whole sort of, field can just have at it and do its own thing. Oh, I'm doing it again. Oh, jeez. Come on, BP. Really? I was doing so well. I absolutely welcome the "Wow, BP, you're a mess" comments on this video. Now, again, this is another case of could I have said, okay, you know what, this video is just out of control and you're just messing up everywhere, and we're just going to dump this one and start over again? Absolutely. Should I do that? Maybe. But you know what, guys? It happens, right? It's a game. I'm still having fun playing it. You know what I mean? It's funny to me that I keep messing up, because I know better, right? I mean, I could be very focused and okay, well, we're going to spread lime and I'm going to make sure that blah, blah, blah. But that's not me, guys, right? Dumb stuff like this is going to happen with me. I'm not breaking anything. Nothing's, overly frustrating. It's silly. So I'm going to leave it in. And you guys can get a laugh on it, and be like, hey, you know what? That happens to me too. So I am just like you guys, I am not a pro gamer by any means. I screw up. I make mistakes. Dumb things happen, and I'm going to leave them in the video. So what, 4 times now I've done this? Oh, my goodness, BP. You are having a day today. Oh. This poor tractor. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh. And never once did I turn a beacon on. Okay, let's get the lime down now. There's going to be so much NPK on this field. This field's just going to be completely, confused and probably blown out. Not going to be a great yield on this field, certainly. But, oh well, that'll teach you, right? That'll teach you, BP. Okay, lime. Yes, we are putting lime down. I'll probably do field 10 off screen because I think it's just going to be silly. We're just at a point now where it's like, okay, you know, BP's just willy-nilly spreading stuff on fields without knowing what he's doing, and you know, that'll be enough of that. So, and I'll do field 10 off screen. And in the next episode, like I said, we will take care. We'll do all the animal stuff. We'll make TMR. We'll see if they need to be mucked out. We'll buy some chickens. We'll buy some sheep. Get the chickens and the sheep all set up. So. We'll have the animal upkeep episode. All I wanted to do was spread lime, but instead I bombed the fields with NPK. Oh well, you know, okay. We'll see what that does to them, you know. See if it completely destroys my yield or not. I mean, I could come through here with some X, I guess, some herbicide X, you know, and start all over again. But I don't want to do that, you know. I'll take it for what it is. I'll take the hit on, you know, for my own stupidity. So not a big issue. All right, there we go. What else can we spread in the fields? Is there, you know, NPK, the PK, you know, lime. Let's just spread everything. Let's do that. All right, guys. So there you go. Again, you know, I know this was a silly episode. It's gonna happen occasionally. You know, it happens in real life. Well, not in real life, probably, because if you do this in real life, well, you know, you probably shouldn't be a farmer. Hence why BP is not a real farmer. But it happens in the game, right? You know, you make mistakes. Things happen. It's a game. It's still fun, right? So I'm not going to stress over it. You know, I didn't break anything. Nothing, you know, nothing went wrong with the game itself, you know, except for a tiny little bit of lag in the very beginning, which I just think is a Windows 10 issue, you know. I had fun recording the episode. Hopefully you guys had fun watching it. And that's really all that matters. Dumb but fun, right? As long as we're having fun, that's all that matters. I need a screenshot, though, I think I just realized. So I like this sort of particular angle right here. So I think we will take this as a screenshot. And there we go. All right, very good. So there you go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, you know, I know it was silly, but it was fun, and I hope you guys had fun watching it, as I've said a couple times now. Please leave your comments. Don't be afraid to call me an idiot. It's okay. I know you guys mean it with love, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I am an idiot, and I'm okay with that, too. As always, thank you so much for coming to the channel, for liking, for commenting, for subscribing, for being active members, for all your tips and suggestions that, of course, I just completely flake on and, you know, don't use any of. You know, make sure you keep watching for the Pick BP's next Farming Simulator 15 map series. There'll be a couple more of those coming up during the course of the week, and then we'll have a straw poll, and you guys will get to pick what map that I play on. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's the best way to be notified of when I upload a video, which is pretty much every day. And as always, guys, thanks so much for making me a part of your YouTube day. And this is the Bipolar Prophet saying, see you later.